Hi everyone, welcome to Canalización Armonía. Yo soy Luz, le doy la bienvenida a esta lectura. Today we're going to do pick a pile and I'll show you the animal cards that I just pulled right now for each of these groups. It's just about what do you need to know right now from your spirit guides, ancestors, and angels, spirit animals as well. Okay, so the first card is Black Egg. Second card is Buffalo. Okay, timestamps are on the description box below, and I'll see you in your pile. Okay, pile number 1. If you chose the black egg, this is your reading for what you need to know right now. Messages from spirit guides, God, goddesses, spirit animals, multidimensional beings, ancestors, archangels, or whatever other higher aspects of yourself you call on to for your own personal soul. There's something about you really seeking truth right now, seeking truth about something that perhaps will give you a sense of freedom from hiding. Really, this is my introverts pile. We have the Page of Cups here, reversed. So this really tells me that you're pretty shy out there. Maybe even with your relationships. I think for some of you, if you're entering into a new relationship right now, you might be really shy in the beginning, not open yourself in the beginning, like not be an open book when you barely meet people. That's just a confirmation for you to know if this is your pile or if you are the other pile. And there's always messages that you could take and resonate from both piles as well, of course. But I gotta say confirmations first. Yeah, I think there's something that is dying to go out of you. Like this has to do probably with projects because of the Page of Cups, but this could be like something new that you want to start. It can be like financial, career, or any other projects, that you're creating right now. And the Black Eggs is it's about really being honest about what you want to speak up about, and I think you think about it a lot because you feel like maybe you don't want to be that vulnerable. Maybe you're feeling a little insecure, whether this is in a job or in a relationship. But there's that coming through. Okay, the black egg is the throat chakra, so that tells me that you're looking for something like that makes you feel safe, that makes you harness this inner strength that you have, because you have it and it's in the center of your throat. Okay, there's gonna be like communication, throat chakra, like the sense of justice, harnessing and discerning what is just and fair for greatest good of all, and of course in whichever way it resonates with your soul purpose, because I feel like this might be about projects but doesn't have to be, like I said. But I want to read to you a little bit of the black egg. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. That's what I'm feeling, Power number 1. Like when I started your reading, I felt really calm, really serene, and like you're really choosing your words. And I was tapping into that energy because I really wanted to see, okay, what is this energy telling me? The Page of Cups reverse and the Strength, because they're kind of like opposing energies, like polarizing energies. So I really wanted to decipher, take my time. So perhaps there's something you want to decipher and take your time with. Maybe like research about first, and then jump to conclusions, or then like decide the right routine for you to create this project, etc. But let me keep reading. It says sounds draws us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be truth about myself, and what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. Yeah, that sense of insecurity that the Page of Cups is giving. Look, and like he's blowing on the conch, and I feel like there's like something you really want to let out, but you are kind of like feeling really vulnerable, and hiding and taking precautions. You know how he's wearing this, he's grabbing this umbrella, like trying to cover himself from the breeze of the ocean, but he is in the ocean. And then he's behind a cliff trying to have so much intimacy, privacy, which is not wrong. But I feel like there's a message about that you really take that. And it's okay, because the strength card is also about, being really wise on how you harness your strength and how you show up in front of others as well. Um, and really being careful choosing your words. There's something about that. Okay, let me finish reading the black egg. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. The black egg in the fifth chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. The ancient sages saw this as the center, as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but it is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are looking for exactly for projects like this, or perhaps even entering a career or a job involving writing, music, or teaching, or teaching writing and music, who knows? But yeah, this tells me the strength, like you have this to harness at all times. And then something about spiraling back to your truth, no matter how much you go off track. Maybe when you're explaining something, centering back to truth and not feeling kind of like embarrassed about that, because much of it is being vulnerable and really maybe fear of saying the wrong things. Because look, we have I did the best I could with the wisdom and awareness that I had at the time. I did the best I could with the wisdom and awareness that I had at that time. Okay, so there's that to take into consideration. Um, really speaking right now of like harnessing this spark and the strength to speak about something that is going to involve you in the projects that you desire. Maybe this is some sort of interview where you are afraid of saying the wrong thing, like this energy is coming through. But it could also be maybe you're afraid of like deciding something big that involves your finances. Yeah, some sort of like you're trying maybe to escape, to escape some things that here the Page of Cups shows. Like maybe you don't want to feel some sort of fear, or maybe some sort of anger. and you have to blow it out to the seas, to the seven seas. I'm hearing. Perhaps you would like to go ground in the sea, in the ocean. Yeah, there's something about that, definitely. And taking so much pre planning um, for anything that involves your future and being settled, perhaps. And Spirit is saying that you can trust that maybe in the past you had some ups and downs, you had to take your time, take a long time to learn certain lessons, but now you can be rest assured that you don't have to fear failure anymore, quote unquote failure, because it is just transformation. It is just things that you are always going to find the strength to navigate emotionally, specifically emotionally, because we have here like water, the wild cups, element. Um, so emotionally as well. And you like trying to maybe read about emotional regulation, since the black egg talks about reading how it draws people that have the black energy in books, sounds, music, anything. If you write, maybe you want to write what are the things that make you strong. Spirit wants you to really acknowledge that. Okay, group number 1, what are the things that make you strong and that you did in the past, maybe that you didn't feel so strong about too? And write both of them, because it is, regardless, it's wisdom. Okay, you're activating your inner wisdom here with the black egg card, your inner truth and your authentic voice with so much strength. There's so much strength like inside of you, of the epicenter of truth, like the card was saying, right? And that is gonna transform all of the fear into resilience. Okay, what anything you're going through, that's all that's coming through. Group number 1, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 2. If you chose the buffalo, this is your card and your reading. So, first things I'm feeling, there is right now a phase of your life or that you're about to enter, or you're going through these waves right now of extreme change, extreme transformation. Okay, maybe this is just a realization and going physically through something rough, or relationship wise really rough, economically rough, or mentally as well. But it's like I feel like this could be more about perhaps financially or physical, like health wise. But I think you have a strong ground to actually decide to go into the tornado and start this unknown waters, unknown waters. And I think perhaps things seem really dark right now. And there's, of course, advice from Spirit to give yourself a lot of grace. When I was starting your reading, I had my napkins roll right here at the table, and it was just flying because of the wind, because my windows are open, and the wind was blowing the napkins, and it was covering my cards. It was covering the spread, so I just had to cut it, rip them, and then so that you know, the roll would be positioned in a way that the napkins will be flowing this way, you know, because it's a big roll. So, the napkins will be moving, but behind the other way. So, my point with this is that there was a need to cut something like really just decisive and grounded. Here, Buffalo, grounded. Really practical energy of, okay, I'll just rip them off. I will probably like use them later, whatever. But this is more like an energy of like you having to rip something off, or rip a band-aid, an emotional band-aid, because it is blocking you from seeing something, okay, from clarity, essentially. The Five of Pentacles Um, yeah. So Five of Pentacles could be that you're feeling sort of isolated right now in this journey of what you're going through. But I think it's also like Spirit is pushing you maybe to this stage of your life so you can focus and really appreciate what you do have. There's a need to appreciate and trust and kind of be present with whatever the process is. If this is grief, like be and sit with it. Really sit through the chaos. There's a message about that. But let me read you some of the Buffalo card. It says grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer, bhakti. Okay, there's maybe for sure a need for you to meditate. Look, we have that think it over card. Literal. Think it over. Like anything that you're deciding maybe to take, like take a moment to think about if to cut off or not. Just don't let it, like for example, don't let yourself go back to a toxic ex. That's like one example. Don't let yourself go back to this job that drained the life out of you and made you miserable and where you got bullied at. you know don't just let that continue. Think it over, meditate on it, navigate the waves that need to be navigated, maybe financial hardship if necessary, for you to cut that off because it's not going to let you breathe. And Spirit is encouraging you and giving you the green light to really trust the process right now. Okay, what else is coming through? You are maybe just transitioning a career, a home, just some sort of way of living. Maybe you want to live in a different environment. Maybe this is like completely a big change for you, like transforming and transforming and transforming, like this spiraling cloud right now, and you like really thinking like, what dimension am I gonna transport myself now to? Where am I going to jump realities? Where am I doing that quantum jump? Okay, and you are meditating over them. You're thinking it over, and that's okay. Don't think that you also like there should be a balance of not just being impulsive, but as well like maybe not hesitating when Spirit is giving you the green light, when your intuition and your gut are telling you, okay, go for it. Because right now you are feeling, you know, these situations of like fear of abandonment maybe, and not wanting to cut this off, not wanting to rip that bind and not wanting to rip the napkin so you could see here, the messages and the path cleared up for you, a new path. Um, yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's definitely a need to think about what things are you grateful for. Maybe just literally doing your own ways of prayer. Just giving movement or actual prayer mantras. Reading the Bible, anything that you can think of, and really appreciating things you're grateful for. Because right now, like Five of Pentacles, rough stage of your life is going on, so you can appreciate things more. And then also the buffalo was saying as well the same message, like just trusting and changing this paradigm where you're stuck in, where you lack gratitude and you think everything is just going bad, because it's going to be a great road opener. Maybe you want to do a road opening ritual I personally like the candle, the orange candle, and writing what you want to open your roads to. It has worked for me. I can say that personally if you're into that kind of stuff and candle work. But up to you, okay? Group number 2. Please have a lot of grace of whatever misfortune is happening right now, because it is for a reason. It is opening a new door of something like times 10 better for you, okay? And also, when you have the death card, you you are maybe just letting go of a version of yourself that that was really damaging you. This could be just yourself for some of you, you know, your some of the patterns that maybe trigger your decision making process, especially with health or finances. But yeah, this could be, of course, also relationships, because I mean, it's a world of relationships, right? Where we are habitating. So that could be it. This could be the relationship to your own willpower, you know, like something is dying that in which you believe you had no power when there's chaos around you. And now you're finding out, like, I always had the power. I always had this ground energy of the buffalo, like where I can be practical and get out of the hole, you know, get out of the dark hole and get grounded and really think things over and plan. And you're a super good person, like you're a great person that organizes really good when you really dedicate to it, when you take your time and you're like in a quiet place and you're not like all overstimulated by the outside world and by other people, etc. um yeah, that is what is coming through for you, group number 2. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember that life is just this beautiful, precious gift, like the buffalo was saying. Okay, like the buffalo was reminding us. Always remember that anything you're going through, see also the light. Not all is darkness, okay? Not all has to be crazy. And when you find that, you will feel a sense of hope, and maybe if even 1% of peace. Okay? Take care, group number 2. Be kind to yourself. Bye. See you on the next reading.